We're continuing my series today on how to talk to your doctor about your dizziness symptoms. My name's Amy. I'm a vestibular physical therapist, which means I treat dizziness and vertigo for a living. In my last video, I discussed the 5 types of dizziness and how to describe your specific style of dizziness. I've linked it in the captions in case you want to go back and view that. In today's video, let's talk about other descriptors that help your clinicians understand your dizziness symptoms. After you've described what your dizziness feels like, there's 3 main categories that you need to be able to answer about your dizziness to your clinicians. Those 3 categories are timeline, intensity, and what makes it better or worse. For your timeline, you need to think about when the symptoms started. Was it sudden and abrupt, or was it gradual over time? Along with this timeline, you need to be thinking about what kind of things you were doing at that time that may have contributed to the onset of symptoms. For example, did you have a car accident? Did you have some kind of viral infection? These kinds of details might be relevant to the onset of your symptoms and may help your clinician decide where to go next. The next thing you need to be able to describe to your clinician is the intensity of your dizziness. Unfortunately, when it comes to symptoms like pain or dizziness, these are only things that you can feel. So you have to be able to describe verbally to your clinicians how bad those symptoms feel. A 0 to 10 scale can be a really helpful tool if you define the parameters. So if 0 is no dizziness at all, 5 is moderate dizziness, and 10 is I need to go to the emergency room and can't even move my body, I'm so dizzy, you can rate your dizziness along that scale. And finally, a really relevant piece of information to tell your clinicians is what makes the symptoms better or worse. If you know that rolling on your right side makes your symptoms worse, while meclizine makes them better, that's very relevant to what the clinician is going to choose to test you for. Common things that I hear described by my patients that make dizziness symptoms worse are busy or moving visuals like reading or scrolling on a screen. Big box stores are busy restaurants where people are darting past. Heights like driving over a bridge or a stadium. Trying to do anything that requires significant balance like walking over slippery surfaces. Repetitive head movements like loading the dishwasher or moving the clothes from the washer to the dryer. Or lying flat, rolling over, or sitting up in bed. Common things that we hear that might make dizziness symptoms better are keeping your head still or in a certain position, closing your eyes, avoiding specific activities, or certain medications like vestibular migraine medications or motion sickness medications like Dramamine or meclizine. When you go into your appointment with your clinician about your dizziness, make sure you have all of these facts handy and ready to tell your clinician about. This will help them to make the proper diagnosis. Tell me about your dizziness symptoms in the comments.